Yo, what's going on? This is Too Tough. Check it out. Real quick, I'm going to briefly discuss the fights for this past weekend. This is the Spence versus Porter pay-per-view weekend that just happened. Spence won by split decision victory over Sean Porter, and he is now the unified champion at welterweight. It was a nice fight back and forth. One judge had Porter winning, I believe, 8 rounds to 4. Another judge had, the other two judges had, I believe it was, the other two judges had Spence winning 8 rounds to 4. Maybe one had it 7 rounds to 5. But nevertheless, he dropped Porter in the fight. I think it was the 11th round. Good solid shot. Spence was looking a little bit uncomfortable in there, but he still did the job. And Spence, after the fight, Danny Garcia got into the ring, and they was discussing the possibility of Errol Spence versus Danny Garcia fight next. I mean, from the landscape and everything that's going on with boxing today, I could see him fighting Danny Garcia. If Pacquiao isn't one of the options, Danny Garcia, Keith Thurman, then maybe Ugas. So, you know, I don't see Errol Spence fighting him anytime soon. Also on the card, you had David Benavidez stopping Darrell Anthony. I believe that's the right brother's name. He had a cut over this eye, so he couldn't continue on. It was a pretty bad cut. It was caused by a punch, so it wasn't a head clash or anything like that. Benavidez looks the part. Darrell, you know, gave it a go for the few rounds that he was in there until the cut was too much for him and he couldn't endure it anymore. So David Benavidez regained his WBC super middleweight title. A lot of people are looking at the possibility of him fighting maybe Caleb Plant next. I think he has a mandatory. I think it's mandatory. Who is his mandatory? I've seen. Yildirim is his mandatory, and then Caleb Plant's mandatory. It's supposed to be. I thought it was Angulo because Quilla and Truax fight was for the mandatory. Since that was a no contest and they was going to rematch it, I thought that was going to be for the mandatory. But it seems like Vincent Fugenbutz might be the mandatory. And also Mario Barrios won versus Akhmadev, the 140-pound WBA title. Akhmadov had a decent amateur career, if I'm not mistaken, but a lot of people was expecting Barrios to go to just walk over this dude because he only had like 7 or 8 pro fights. But that wasn't the case. It was a good, tough fight. Many people believe Barrios might have even lost the fight, but I believe Barrios, he might fight at 147 next, maybe face Lipinets, Jamal James, one of those guys. He could fight Porter when Porter, a comeback fight. And then we also saw Josecito Lopez and who did he fight? John Molina Jr. fight. So that one, Josecito Lopez won. He stopped John Molina. Pretty good fight. That fight card, that whole fight card in itself was a pretty good fight. And on Friday night, you had Daniel Dubois fighting. He stopped his opponent in the first round. Then you had what's this guy's name? Oh, David Avanesian beating La Raja in the rematch that he had. He stopped this dude in the first round. So David Avanesian, he's probably put himself into a good position. I wouldn't mind seeing David Avanesian versus Mario Barrios for the WBA vacant WBA world title. That'll be interesting. But that's this weekend's fights. Anyway, like, comment, and share. Follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at 2 Tough Talk, the number 2 TUFF. Subscribe to the channel, as you see if you're watching this video. Like, comment, and share. Join the Facebook groups, Main Event Boxing Talk, Boxing Kings UK, and 2 Tough, and I'm out.